Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and what I want to cover with you guys today is the K1 Logistics Legendary Lost Sector. Gonna run this one solo so you guys can see how it can be done as well. Now, again, as I'll probably say for all of these, if you have the heavy warframes upgraded, if you have the Valkyries upgraded, use them. But as I run through these, I'm trying to do it without those in case you haven't got the upgrades, your Warmind bit grind has been a little bit slow, whatever it is, and just trying to give you guys a guide on these without those in case you don't have them. You're running by yourself, just want to show you guys that it still can be done. So, what we've got is Fallen, and we've got Overload and Barrier champions, and you also have Match Game. Now, the things that you kind of need to watch out for that are going to have shields, you're going to have a couple captains that are just like kind of like regular captains, not Overload. Those are going to have arc shields. A sword works really well for that. If you have an arc sword, it works kind of perfectly. But honestly, a sword is going to work for the Overload captains anyway, so that's actually a pretty good thing. Now, if you don't have an arc sword, this is just one I do happen to have as I've been kind of leveling up. I kept it. But if you don't have an arc sword, even a void sword will do, and just make sure you run an arc subclass for a couple moments where you need a grenade to break the captain's shield, and then just finish him up with your other sword. Either one should be totally fine. You're going to have Shanks that are going to have solar shields. Now, the Shanks sometimes can be Tracer Shanks, and they can be a little bit farther away. So depending on the situation, I was running this earlier, and I ran with 7 Seraph Carbine here with Overload rounds, and then I ran with this sidearm for solar. But it was just a little short-sighted, basically, to get any damage on those Shanks from farther away, sometimes from a little bit of cover, so I'm not totally exposed. So I wanted to try and switch it up. So my anti-barrier is now on my Pillager submachine gun, and I've got my Ringing Nail here with Overload rounds that I can put into the Overload captains, but also have a little bit of range to work on those Shanks. So you have a couple arc captain shields. Now I've got my sword, but again, otherwise I would just probably tell you to run an arc subclass. And then on top of that, I've got solar for the Shanks, and then barrier and Overload covered between my two primaries. That is basically everything you need to know going in, so let's see how this one goes. Now, I did this earlier. I had a really bad time with barrier servitors. I can't tell you how much those sometimes frustrated me. So if you get to that point, you have a barrier servitor or a barrier colossus, depending on which lost sector you're doing. Believe me, I feel your pain. They have their points where they just suck. So I did eventually get through it. Just took a little persistence to get through. Or if you just have a point where they just kind of group up and they're being a pain in the butt, maybe just reload the lost sector, because sometimes you might just have a bad run of it. But we'll see how this one goes. Whatever happens in here, good, bad, or otherwise, you guys will get to see it. So let's see what happens. Alright, so when you load in, we're going to kind of get going right into it pretty quickly. So you're going to have these crossbars right here. So try and find one of these that's going to explode most things. Make sure you clear up all of these. And if you want to know how to get this Ringing Nail auto rifle, this is actually from Ada 1, and she's got all of her stuff down there. Why will you not take? There we go. Jesus. Alright, so around this corner, you're going to have a couple Marauders just waiting for you. There's a couple. So there's one that you can see here. There's another one waiting for me right here. So those two are down pretty early. Should have another one right here. And I'm just going to try and watch my cover and pick off any of the enemies on this side that I can. Now, if you've got anything of the 7 Seraph auto rifle or anything like that, I was just saying, I ran with a different loadout earlier, and those Warmind cells that you can shoot and explode are kind of awesome. I literally use those to, like, you know, kill a few enemies and then drop down one thing over there, and now I've got like 12 enemies shielded by that guy, which is going to be real fun. Now, if the barrier servitor starts, like, basically shielding way too many enemies, your goal at that point is honestly going to be to line of sight them. To try and get some of the enemies out of line of sight of the servitor so he can't actually shield them, and then find the ones that you can do damage to. So, like, that guy got a little farther away. This guy's a little farther. Well, no, maybe. It's a bit weird over there. The barrier servitors are really annoying, though, so. Your idea with the barrier servitor is to do some damage, but not so much that you actually make him go barrier mode, but just enough so you can actually get, you know, kind of push up on him and cause him to pull his barrier. Now, the Vandals, being the, like, ranged guys in this one, as they tend to snipe you a lot, are the really annoying ones, those guys. So again, a little back and forth, just trying to get these guys to move. Now, if you can kill these guys up here before you get up there, it's probably the best thing you can do. Try not to piss the, barrier servitor off too much, because I had the barrier servitor actually go up there, but he had so much help up there I was screwed. So if he actually teleports up top, it's not a horrible thing. And are the rest of these ads ever going to move? And this is where it gets a little tricky. So again, he hasn't gone yet, which is the key. I've got him somewhere around that just over a third. When he goes to barrier mode, that's when you kind of got to be ready. And he's going to do it pretty much at any health point at right about now. So I got to kind of be ready. When he goes barrier mode, I just need to try and dump everything I can into him. Right here. Except I did this in the wrong order. I'm going to die. Somehow I actually did not die, but that did not go well. I flipped that. Well, as I said, you guys will get to see it good, bad, or otherwise. Did it in the wrong order. Switched to the wrong weapon. Now, if he actually went up top, which I think he did, then I'm going to have to fight him in another place. And it works out that actually moved him up there because, honestly, I ran through this the first time and he went up there, and I kind of wanted you guys to see that because he was really annoying up there. So he's up there. Now, hopefully there are less enemies because I actually ran up there and killed them, or I shot them from down here earlier. But there's probably a couple. There's one. At least it's only a dreg this time, and this is where I said, hey, you're going to have some tracer Shanks. I even actually shut the captain down for a second there. Now, there are going to be some enemies that are also charging at you. These are these exploder Shanks. Anywhere you can kill them without dying, a good thing. Oh, a whole lot going on there. And there's a lot of enemies out there as well. So what you can do is actually leave the servitor alone and just kind of work your way down this set of ads. And just try and kill as many as you can this way. And then come back to the servitor once this side of the room is clear. Once most of this is down, the servitor's not as bad. And again, I had Vandals back here on this side, so it was actually worse. So I would actually advise you guys killing the Vandals up on this little top platform up here. Because if they're sniping you as you try and get in there, that gets to be really, really rough. If it's just a couple of Vandals, it's still not going to be fun, but it's a bit more manageable. And then even here, so we've got a couple dregs that I'm working on. Get a grenade over there with a little bank shot. See if I can shut him down a little bit. Now, if you get him shut down, this is why. Going with the sword fast. Even when he stands up, keep swinging. Uppercut for the finish. Now, he's done just so I get platinum rewards, which I don't know if gives more bits or not, or if you can just say you cleared everything out. Totally fine. I'm going to go grab this ammo that fell down here. Now, the goal here, again, what I was trying to do before, is to get the servitor to a health point, and he's so close to dead, too, which is really annoying. He's just like an infinitely shielded dude. So, again, trying to get his health down just a little bit. Same principle's going to apply if you got to fight him down below. But again, if you get that health to drop and then he pops up his shield, you have to just be ready. And if you can line of sight this drag, I've actually had him be on the other side too. Come here. I've pulled that drag over before. If I can pull him, sometimes that'll work. Either way, so if you push enough on him, about a third in, he'll go. Pull out that, go in with something big. Sword works well. And done. He's not that bad, but the big thing is, if you're down there, try and kill the enemies that are right here where I'm jumping, at least as many as you can. And then if the servitor does actually work its way up here, you have a lot less to deal with. But again, I would still probably clear out this side of the room over here where I'm headed before you go back and take care of that servitor in case you're getting shot from behind. It's just less fun. So you don't have to try and jump past it over and over and over. This one was smoother than my last run. But yeah, killing the enemies on this upper deck before your servitor jumps up here is going to help a little bit. Next room is basically this hallway. It's really actually not that bad, and this is where something arc is going to be beneficial. So you saw the one captain I had earlier. Not as bad, overload captain. Here you're going to have the captain that's actually going to be just a standard arc shield right here. But he does have match game. So for me, he goes down really fast. But if you don't have an arc sword, could take a little bit longer. Around the corner, you're going to have a couple wretches waiting for you. Nice moves there, buddy. Now, this is where the range of your auto rifle being solar is going to come in. You're eventually going to have some Shanks in the middle, but you're going to have a lot of enemies around the outside. So an auto rifle with a decent amount of range is a good idea. And the fact that this one actually kind of does both solar and range, not too shabby. It's not probably the most range in the world, but it is decent. I couldn't have thrown that grenade in the middle of more people and then they all spread out. It's impressive. Now, right now, the big Servitor's not going to actually hit you too bad. You can kind of work these ads from around the outside. Reminds me of that Eminem song, Around the Outside. Really not what it's called, but I know he says it at some point in the song. Now here, you're also going to start to have the Nightmare guys. They're going to be a little more annoying, a little more painful if they get on you. So just kind of work the little guys down that you can. And then when you finally get onto one of the Nightmares, try and put as much damage as you can. Rampage times 3 puts in some work. He's scared, so he's running. And again, you've got the heavy friend here. You've got the Valkyrie on the other side as well. So you've got those as always an option. Use them if you've got them. I'm just showing you guys that it can be done without. You guys have that option. Now, got a couple more. All Shanks are going to have solar shields, whether they be Tracer or not. So make sure you keep that in mind. Ah, solar explosion damage actually got me a Warmind cell. That's cool. Warmind cells are cool because honestly, they explode so much. And apparently those guys just appeared out here in the middle. Now that Shank gets to be rather annoying. I think my little Warmind cell's gone, sadly. Hey, I'll take some heavy. Alright, so at this point you have one Nightmare Shank that's going to sit in the middle, and he's going to be the fun part. So you just got to keep pumping damage into him. Can't really do so much with my sword right now. And when the boss actually gets out, you're going to be dealing with a couple overload captains that kind of spawn one after the other. So my advice is work on the captains if they're kind of in isolation, or if you can slowly pump some damage into the boss, then focus on him. And of course I died because I wasn't paying as much attention to my health, but guess what? Not too bad, I'm right back outside. Spawn points will vary. But he's gonna die, which also means we're gonna get more stuff spawning shortly. So, more enemies are coming. Overload Captain is over there, and that is also a regular Captain. So again, having one more thing that's arc is good. So if you're running this one and you don't have an arc sword, I would definitely bring an arc subclass so you have some way to handle him. Almost got him. Almost. And again, I'm not trying to show you guys that like dying is a good idea. I'm just showing you guys if you do, you know, it's not the end of the world. Stuff's pretty casual. And that Servitor's going to start shielding stuff, so that gets fun. Are you kidding right now? Wow, just everything's really mad at me. Told you guys I'd leave the full content in here so you guys get to see good, bad, or otherwise whatever happens, happens. I wanted to swipe forward, and I definitely swiped to the damn drag who ran up on me. At some point, I'm going to kill this captain. And this isn't even the overload guy. There we go. See if I can loop around the back here. He's not even like a special captain. He's just a captain. Now, however you can, put some damage into the boss. He's going to be around, but he's going to stay in the center for a good chunk of his health. This could take a little while. It's not a great way to do it any other way. I have 2 primaries and I have a sword. I'm not exactly going to be able to pump mass quantities of damage into him, so patience is going to be a key here. I mean, a submachine gun with a lot of bullets will do some things. Probably go back to the middle. Oh, he's on top of me now. I didn't think he was going to move that early. There's the overload captain. I knew it was coming. Okay, so last time he didn't move as early, but if you get him to about a third, he will move. Your Valkyrie is right here if you want to use it. So again, use that thing as much as you can. Because now, the fun part, he is going to shield that overload captain, which gets to be fun. But you can shoot him. So guess what? Your whole goal at this point, don't get hit by anything else and just slowly work him down. So one of these pillars, to try and block as many shots as you can, peek over there and work him down little by little. Because he's blocking too much stuff over there and making it invulnerable. You don't want to try and push up on the captains and the ads that are over there. You just need to put enough damage in and move him. Or run out of ammo, that's going to be an issue, but I guess I can do a lap around the center if I don't die. Get some health back here. There we go. Got a little ammo. And again, I'm just using this little pillar here, trying to bounce back and forth. Feel like I'm gonna die just by splash damage. My recovery must be real low. So, not the fastest run in the world, but a safer run if you guys are trying to do it. If you're trying to go flawless, you're probably going to do something somewhat safer to this, but if you're going flawless, try and have a group with you so you guys can pair up bubbles and shields and wells and healing rifts and all that type of stuff. Now, I'm hoping I get him to move sometime soon. What do you know? One of them got out of range and I got to kill him, and the Overload Captain's on top of me. Well, hi, dude. I mean, at least I can work on him now because he's isolated, and I'll take it. Just didn't expect him to be right there. Alright, so Overload Captain is now my focus. If I can shut him down a little bit here. Keep those shots going in. There we go. As soon as you stagger him, run in with that sword and just go to town. And he's done. Oh, random bounty done. Must have gotten some sword kills. Alright, so now he's got about a third left. So we'll work him down. Yeah, barrier champions are definitely my least favorite. Overload, I get it. Unstoppable, I get it. But the barriers just are more frustrating than anything. And again, there's another captain over there. Similar principle. You want to kill the servitor first, and then go to work on the rest. Now, if anything comes over near you, cool. Work on it so you have less stuff shooting at you. But depending on how far the shielding of the servitor goes, that's where it gets interesting. Most of these ads are actually pretty close to down. And then if the captain stays up here, I can probably push up on him. There we go. And again, it's just, I may die here, but it's just to go for the aggression. I'm trying to make sure I kill him. And even if the servitor just unloads on me, okay. Because death is not as much of a worry on these. And then from here, we're going to finish it up. So guess what? It's hammer time. Quite literally. And done. All right. And one little War Mine cell for one of the new buffs that we've got. And that is a wrap. Now, if you kill the boss, the music goes away, but you still have champions to kill. Kill the champions first, so you get the platinum rewards when you open this thing up. You might get a little bonus. I'm actually getting double bits on those, so that's actually kind of cool. And then if you want to open this one for your weekly, you've got this as well. Getting double gear drops from those, and even a little tiny bonus bit. Let's get back to the bunker, and we'll finish the chat. Alright, Guardians, so we are back outside. So as you can see, couple regular captains that are going to have arc shields. Your any type of shank is going to have a solar shield, hence why the solar auto rifle is beneficial. If not solar auto rifle, solar of some kind, so you can work those down. First time I went through with a solar sidearm, it still worked, but the range of the auto rifle was beneficial. Honestly, kind of like that a bit more. And then obviously something for barrier, the servitor, that one servitor, if he jumps up to the top in the initial section, can be really annoying, so try and clear out as much up there as you can. You can always come back down, but if you clear out that upper section, he's not going to have anybody like doing extra work while he's being shielded. So that first servitor is probably the toughest spot. After that, it's really not as bad. And then, of course, swords are just getting a lot of work from me lately. Disruption Blade and just the continuous effort with the infinite normal slice is really, really good. Get them low, finish with the heavy uppercut, and you're done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. If you did, drop a like below, leave a comment if you got questions. If you haven't subbed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It's a great way to help support my channel. And for all you guys out there, you can find me on Twitch and Twitter. I will be streaming a lot on Twitch. Shelter in place right now is when I'm recording this video, but you guys will find me on twitch.tv/Ebontis as well. Thank you very much. More guides to come, so stay tuned on the channel. Hit that alert bell if you haven't done that yet, and you are a sub, so you know when new videos come. Have a good one. I'll see you soon.